Okay, a lot of students have been struggling when they see a variable on both sides. So we're going to go step by step on working out this problem. 3x plus 2 equals 7x minus 18. First, you look to either sides of the equal sign and you see, are there any terms that can be simplified or combined? We look over here, 3x plus 2. Those are unlike terms. There's nothing that you can combine. Then we look at 7x minus 18. There's also nothing you can combine there. So let's get started. First, we want to decide, do we want to bring the term with the variable over to the left side or to the right side? How do we determine this? Well, technically it doesn't matter, but we want to stay away from having the term with the variable end up being negative. How do we do that? Well, if we were to bring 7x over, we would have to make it a negative 7x, because we have to do the inverse operation. Now, if we bring negative 7x over, 3x minus 7x is negative 4x. We want to stay away from that if we can. So we're going to bring the 3x over. To do that, we have to take the inverse. A lot of students have been putting a positive here. Well, 3x plus 3x is 6x. We want it to equal 0. So 3x minus 3x, that's 0. So we come over here and we also subtract 3x. Then it's important to bring everything down. So we have 2 equals 4x minus 18. Now, a lot of the students at this point, they want to bring the 2 over. But if you bring the 2 over, there's nothing left on this side of the equal sign. So, since we started with the term with the variable and we brought that over, now we're going to take the term without the variable and we're going to bring it over. This is a negative 18. So we're going to add 18 so we can make that equal 0. Negative 18 plus 18 is 0. You come over here and you also add 18. So now what do we have? We have 20 equals 4x. 4x is multiplying. That's like 4 times x. So to solve for x, this is now a one-step equation, and you have to do the inverse, which is divide. 4 divided by 4 is 1. You have to come to this side and also divide by 4. 20 divided by 4 is 5. 5 equals 1x, or just x. 5 equals x is the answer. Now, let's try one more problem. Okay, now, students are probably looking at this and they may be concerned because they're seeing the parentheses. Keep your discipline. First, look to each side of the equal sign. Is there anything we can combine over here? No. Is there anything we can combine over here? No. Now, how do we get rid of parentheses? We learned this last year. This is the distributive property, and you're going to do over and under. What does that mean? 4 times x is 4x. You keep the sign in the middle, minus. 4 times 2 is 8. So now this problem looks similar to the problem we just completed. So what do we want to do first? Well, if we were to bring this 11x over, we would have to subtract it. 4x minus 11x is negative 7x. We could do that, but we want to avoid that, again, if possible. So let's subtract 4x from each side. 4x minus 4x is 0, so we can cross that out. 11x minus 4x is 7x. So now we have negative 8 equals 6 plus 7x. Now, we already dealt with the term with the variable, and we brought it over here. So now we're going to deal with the term without the variable, which is the 6. To make that equal 0 and to bring it over the equal sign, we have to subtract 6, because 6 minus 6 is in fact 0. Then we come over here and we also subtract 6. Now, students, when you're dealing with negatives, you may want to write it out to the side so you can see it better. Negative 8 minus 6. Remember that you can always add the opposite, so that becomes negative 8 plus negative 6, and that equals negative 14. So now we have negative 14 equals 7x. Once again, this is now a one-step equation. Divide by 7, divide by 7, and negative 14 divided by 7 is negative 2. Negative 2 equals x. It's just that simple. Now, again, once we got here with the negatives, it's important to remember your integer rules. Parents and students, you have to understand your integer rules to be able to understand this concept. Again, email me with any questions, any comments, or concerns. Thank you.